like, what's the remedy for writer's block? Because it's been hard getting into it, but I've been pushing myself, but it's not easy when, like, there's nothing like inspiring me to write about something, or my creativity just doesn't kick in, and I don't know how to fix that because I don't like being stuck in writer's block. Like, I would like to just snap out of it. But yeah, that's all I've been up to. I haven't really been, like, going out, but like, that's normal. I don't typically go out. Well, I went to a wedding, and that was fun. It was two people that I went to high school with. They didn't get together while they were in high school. They got together later on in life, but it was like two beautiful people. The wedding was beautiful. The groom looked handsome. The bride looked beautiful. Like, they make a handsome couple, and that was fun. Y'all, I'm getting too old because going out to that wedding, the next day my body was like sore, and I barely like moved or danced and stuff like that. I'm like, why am I sore from going out? Like, I don't know. But yeah, an update on my gym progress. I've lost 6 pounds. Yay. Cheers for me. Cheers for me. I'm like, I was so happy. Now I want to keep it that way. And I want it to keep going down. Like, let me get to my weight goal. I can't wait. I can't wait till, I just feel good about my body again. But yeah, everybody, that's all that I've been up to. Nothing really major. But anyways, it is time for the venting session. Venting session. It is time for the venting session. Ooh, venting session. Guys, do you know what I want to vent about? I want to vent about, like, if you watch like a good show, like a good TV series, and it started out good, like keeping you on your toes, keeping you guessing, like you were hooked on it, and like you just was excited about, like, everything about it is good, the acting is good, the storyline is good, like, just a good show. And then somehow towards like the final seasons, or even before that, it just takes a left turn, and it just becomes like the writing becomes really bad, the character development, like the story make it to where they were trying to get to, which is where like the water, what's his name? What's Aaron's best friend's name? Not Mikasa, but the guy. Remember, he always had like a dream, like they are by the water or something to do with the water. Once the episode ends there, and then they start telling the story from the other side, where I guess Zeke, Aaron's brother, was from the other side, like things from their end. It just, first of all, it took me forever to realize like that wasn't a flashback. Like the visual, like it was just, I don't know, I didn't like it. It was just too orange. So it felt like I thought it was a flashback for a minute, until I realized it's like Zeke's side of the story, because Zeke and Aaron are brothers, and he grew up on the other side of the wall. Like, you know, like the other side of the wall, like the people over there, they get to tell their story. But it was just, I don't know. But it's just, I don't know, it just became, I just didn't understand it. And then even like the final season and whatever Aaron's character turns into, like I didn't like it at all. I had high hopes for Aaron's character, and then whatever they ended up doing with his character was just like, man, like, you know, like I thought he would get to be the hero, but in that show it was doing good, but whatever they did to change it, it was unnecessary. It never needed to be changed. But yeah, it just became insufferable. I was just watching it just because I wanted to see how it ended. But it's like I kind of stopped paying attention. It was hard to keep up. It was just, I don't know, it was just unnecessary. The same thing happened with the 100. If you watch the 100, it's on Netflix. If you never watch it, you should watch it. But I think it's like 8 or 7 seasons, and I don't know if it's because it's long seasons, that's why towards the end, like they get lazy with the writing. I don't know what happens. But the 100, it started out as a great show, and then it's just, I didn't know what they were doing with Octavius' character anymore. Honestly, a lot of the characters, it didn't make sense. Again, the final season, well, one of the main characters wasn't really in the final season. Like, he was Octavius' brother, because he was a big part of the cast. I forgot his character name. I think his real name is like Bill or something. No, I think his character's name is Bellamy. Yeah, like towards the end of the season, Bellamy wasn't really, I guess his character wasn't really in the show anymore, so maybe that had a big part of changing the ending. But I feel like after they survived the, because at some point the world ended, some people went to space, some people stayed below the ground, and that's like Octavia, and that's when, like, you know, she built kind of like her own army, her own kingdom. After that, the show slowly started to lose the plot. I'm not gonna lie, like the season after the world ended or whatever, like if they were like, gonna ruin it towards the end. The same thing happened with Vampire Diaries, but I guess because the main character, one of the main characters, I guess she's the main character, Nina Debro, once she left the show, I guess they did have to change it a little bit, but I feel like they still could have found a way to do it. Honestly, they should have just paid her because she was the main character and I thought the show was centered around her. But I guess recently we find out like Stefan and Damon's character were getting paid more than her. I don't know in what world that makes sense, where the main character gets paid less, like, than the other characters. I don't know, but I wish they would have just paid her what she was worth, so that, they could have kept the show going, and it probably would have ended up better. I heard the book. I didn't know it was based on a book, but I heard the book was good, and they did more with Bonnie's character as well. Like, her storyline is better in the book than the shows. So I don't know if I'll ever read the book. Maybe if I'm bored, but if I'm gonna get into those type of books, then I owe it to myself to start with Harry Potter, But yeah, guys, that's just something I wanted to get off my chest. Like, I don't know who we need to talk to in Hollywood. I don't really know who we need to talk to, but we need to talk to someone about like just making a show, getting us all emotionally involved, and then start putting out just poor quality. For what? If you wanted poor quality, you should have started with that, so that we didn't have to, like, be emotionally invested. Like, I'm still mad about how Attack on Titan ended. I'm trying to think. I feel like they did the same thing with Game of Thrones, and then the way it ended with what happened to, the mother of Dragon, Khaleesi. I don't know how I feel about that. Arya's character. I feel like they did Arya's character justice, but some of the characters is like, but yeah. Honestly, I wanted more. I feel like Cersei got off too easy. Like, that woman was evil. But anyways, we don't need to get into Game of Thrones. But yeah, guys, that was it for the venting session. Venting session. But yeah, we continue to episode 14 of Love Island season 7. And I'm just like, because of Pancake, I just like to try to blame everything on him and say, um, they see how bad he is. He's treating her, and that's why they got split up. First of all, if you believe that, then why do you want to keep making things work with him? If you believe that America sees how bad he treats you, and that's why America decided to break y'all up, why are you still trying to get back with him? I don't understand why. That's not a part of common sense, you know what I mean? Like, America sees how bad you treat him. That's and how you treat other girls for no reason. That's why America decided to break y'all up. But if you believe he was treating you bad, why do you want to get back with him? Why are you still crying for him? Why are you trying to tell him like, hey, you shouldn't go to bed with that girl because you need to be comforting me? If he was bad, why do you want him? Like, I need answers, because I was just like, this girl got issues. Like, male-centered women are dangerous. They are dangerous creatures. Because, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. She needs help. And I hope she gets it one day. And then next we have Amaya and Austin, you know, having a chat. I don't know. I don't really know if they're actually genuinely attracted to each other. They don't. Well, Amaya seems like she is, but I don't know if she's just doing it because she's not connecting with the others, or I don't know, because she seemed to genuinely like him. But I don't know if maybe she doesn't have a type, because I know she liked Jeremiah and she liked Ace. And I don't know if she liked Nick. I think Nick as well. But like, Nick and Austin don't look similar, and they don't like have, like, you know, similar personality. Like, they're opposite. So I don't know, but they don't really look like they have chemistry. Honestly, I don't even know if Austin is attracted to any of the women at the house, to be honest, because he hasn't really tried. I don't know if he just expected every girl to like be head over heels for him or what. But you don't really see him pulling the girls for a chat, trying to get to know them or any of that. So yeah, they don't really look like they have chemistry. But hey, again, Jeremiah and Hood are still having their conversation, and then like he's I don't know if he was trying to comfort her by telling her, like, you know, that Iris is not his type. But yeah, he was just letting her know that. And then Hood's response is like, then why did you get in bed with her? Because they're put in a couple. Like, where else is the man supposed to sleep? Sleeping outside is not an option, but I mean, it is, but why would he have to go sleep? But why would he have to go sleep outside if he can sleep inside where it's more comfortable? I don't like you can't, like, you're not gonna walk all over me. And I feel like that's what she looks for. She says she wants a manly man, but I think she looks for a man that she can, I guess, a boy, because a man wouldn't just let you walk all over them. I guess she's looking for a boy that she can walk all over and control and stuff like that, because it's just, I don't know. But yeah, I'm glad, he stood firm on his decision. And, they just ended the conversation there. Everybody goes to bed the next day. They're all just, hanging out. And, some of the islanders, you can tell, like, the toxicity of the relationship of what and Jeremiah is getting to them. And some of them were, they were just sitting and talking about, like, basically them being tired of being, like, in their drama and being a part of their relationship, because it feels like they get involved against their will, and they're stuck in the house outside of the country, outside of the continent, in some island, Fiji to be exact, and you're stuck in a house with some people that you just barely know. Now they decided to get in a relationship and just torture everybody with their toxicity. Like, so I don't blame the islanders for being tired. Watching it as a viewer is even exhausting, because it's like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. This is like unnecessarily too much. I feel like the producers should have jumped in at some point, just so that the rest of the islanders can continue to have a good experience. But they're looking for ratings, so that toxicity brings them viewers, aka money. And then next, Hannah and Pepe have a chat and they kiss. That girl got over Charlie quick. Taylor, the way she was crying about Charlie, I didn't think she would move on that quick with Pepe, but hey, it's Love Island. You're in the middle of nowhere, so things move fast. Like, it's not an ordinary situation. But if it was, I feel like some people still, like, move on that fast, or just they gotta find somebody else to help them with the pain. Taylor and Alondra have a conversation about, her date with Jalen. And, she just reassures Taylor that her connection with Jalen is not that strong. Like, it's the same as her and Taylor. After their conversation, they go to the booth, take pictures, and kiss. Honestly, the kiss is painful to watch. I don't know how to explain it, but Taylor kissed like he has no teeth. I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you can visualize people that don't have teeth and trying to picture them like kissing, I don't know if that makes sense. So it's like, it's not enjoyable to watch. It's like he's trying to suck the other person's teeth out. I don't know how to explain it. I was like, I would put a clip, but I don't know if that would get flagged. And I don't want to get flagged because I already got flagged for a song. Sidebar, if you're looking for a new song, you should listen to Lie Again by Jivion. He's the one to sing Heartbreak Anniversary. And if you haven't heard of that, you should get into his music. But yeah, it's called Lie Again. He's an R&B artist and it's a nice song. So if you're into R&B, listen to that song. But yeah, anyways, I digress. goes like that. And I'm not being mean, I promise. That's how it goes. So it's like, I don't know why he kissed like that. But yeah, like, it's like you just want it to end. Like, like make it stop. Kind of like kissing. Like, Olandria looks amazing. She likes, you can tell Olandria knows how to kiss. So I don't know. I wonder how she would rate his kiss, just because I don't know, or any of the girls that got to kiss him, like how they would rate it, because it just looks like he's sucking the inside of their mouth. I don't know. Like, you just have to watch it, but I did not. It's just anyways, I don't want to sound mean. It's not meant to be mean. That's just what came to mind when I was watching it. We go back to it and Jeremiah, and he's telling her, hey, Iris is not his type. I don't know if he was telling her that to like give her comfort, or what. And then Hood's response was like, then why are you getting in bed with her? And then she starts crying. And I'm just like, he has to get in bed with her because they are coupled up. I don't know why she would want him to, like, sacrifice the comfort of sleeping inside of a bed, inside of a room with was working out for their favor, but it gone on way too long than it needed to go. Um, Jeremiah and Huda, again, they're having a conversation, and I don't know why, like, none of their conversation ever leads to any type of resolution, but they gotta keep trying. I don't know if the producers are making them or they're choosing to, have these conversations on their own. But yeah, Jeremiah starts the conversation by basically saying, like, they started too fast and he wants to do things right by starting over. But all Huda heard was, but Huda wasn't listening and saying she doesn't want to be Buddy and that she was mad that he got in bed with Iris again. You just gotta shake your head, like, he's saying you guys went too fast. You want to slow it down to get to know you better so you guys can, rebuild. And you're still worried about him getting in bed with Iris. Like the girl wasn't listening at all. Like he's trying to explain to her, but she's still like, I guess him saying he wants to start slow, she's also taking it as like, I don't know what she's taking it as, but she's not taking it the way he's saying it and the way that he means it. She's taking it as like they're broken up and he wants nothing to do with her, kind of like that. Like, 'cause she's like, she doesn't see them being friends after they move too fast. But he's trying to tell her, like, because they move too fast, that's why they're in their predicament they're in now. Like, he's still like, wants to be with her, but he wants them to slow down. But she just wasn't hearing it, and then she gets up to walk away per usual. And then she goes to the other islanders and is like telling like her side of the story, and like again lying on him and stuff like that. And most of the islanders, they were already over it, so some of them ended up walking away, and I don't blame them. Like, I don't want to hear, I don't like toxic relationship. Like, if you're in a toxic relationship, I'm not the friend for you, because I don't know how to stick through it. It's just not in me. But yeah, everybody kind of walks away, and she just continued to talk until the others just, weren't really listening, and then she just stopped, I guess, when she was done. But it was just the fact that she couldn't even tell that everybody was over it. I was just like, girl, just work on your relationship if you want to work on it. If you want to walk away, but don't involve everybody else, But yeah, Austin and Shelly have a cute workout session. They have a good friendship. But I don't see romance with them. That's why I'm like, it's hard to tell. I don't think Austin is attracted to any of the girls there. 'Cause with any of the girls he talks to, it just looks like there's no romance, no type of like any type of connection. All you see is like friendship, connection when he's talking to the other girls. But yeah, the Islanders get ready for the evening. They all hanging out, drinking, and Huda again wants attention and started crying like hysterically and walking away. And I guess she started crying she was choosing because she thought they have a connection. And I feel like he was just choosing because, you know, he probably knew that Shelly and Ace would choose each other. And, you know, he wanted to stay in the villa longer. Jalen goes to a land use store, but it doesn't open. Poor Jalen. Poor Jalen. Shelly and Ace choose each other finally, and it was so cute when the door opened. They hug and then they kiss. That was cute. Taylor goes to a land use store and he opened. They chose each other. And then the last person was Jeremiah, and he was to choose between Iris and Huda, and he started walking in Huda's door. Then he swiftly moves to Iris' door, and the door opens. They chose each other, and you can see Huda automatically starts crying. You know, then once everybody's coupled up, she comes out from the other side of the door. She's crying, acting confused as to why Jeremy didn't choose her. And then she just started, like, I don't know if Ariana asked her a question, like how she feels or something like that. And this girl she goes into, I guess, trying to embarrass Iris, and it's like, yeah, he told me that she wasn't his type, he wasn't attracted to her, and that he didn't want to be in bed with her. Excuse me. That man didn't say all of that. Like, that was so unnecessary to do. But that man just said Iris wasn't his type. He never said anything about not wanting to be in bed with her. Like, girl, Iris is a better person than me, because the way Huda has no regards for her feelings since she's been in the villa. It's interesting. And then now it's gonna be elimination. Huda and Jalen don't get to couple up, so since they're both single, they're both up for elimination, and the Islanders get to choose who gets to go home. And Huda had more people standing behind her, so Jalen was sent home. But you know, Jalen, we're happy for you that that you got out of your comfort zone. You traveled outside of the country. You know, you got yourself to be on one of the biggest reality shows, and just, like, you know, to go from a small town boy to just now get to have all these new beautiful experiences. I hope, like, you know, everything was worth it for you, and, like, you know, that you continue to travel and get to know the world, like, you know. And I hope your mom and grandma are proud of you as well. I know your mom encouraged you to, you know, get out more and stuff like that, but you really put yourself out there and you represented yourself well. But yeah, they say bye to Jalen, and, like, you know, the episode just ends there. Episode 15 starts with, you know, the aftermath of Jalen going home. Olandria and Taylor, you know, they kind of take Huda to the side to have a conversation with her, and they were just letting her know, like, she needs to let the situation with Jeremiah go, because, like, you know, they can't keep saving her. Like, if she goes back and they start whatever their behavior again, then they can't, like, you know, they're not gonna save her anymore. And she made it seem like she understands, like, yeah, blah blah blah, but, you know, you can tell she wasn't really listening. It was just like, you know, yeah, kind of type of agreeing. you would call that like the closure conversation. At least it's supposed to be like the closure conversation, like, hey, you do you. We had it was good while it lasted between us, but we go our separate ways. So at the end of the conversation they hugged. And I don't know if this girl watches too many romance movies or shows, but she was like gazing into his eyes and waiting for him to go on a kiss, or she was gonna initiate it. And I was just like, why is this happening? Like, you're gazing into his eyes. You're gazing into his eyes for what? And then lusting, like the way she was looking at him. You can tell she watches a lot of romance stuff, and she wanted to reenact something that she watched. Because why are you gazing into him like that and then wanting a, it's like, and then she's gazing, then like the way she positioned her face is to let him know like he can go for a kiss, but I feel like he caught on to what she was trying to do, and then he just moved his face to her side, so, and then just give her a hug, and then like, you know, it just ends right there. Yeah, after that conversation, Jeremiah is like trying to tell the guys, like, you know, about their last conversation, but by then, like, everybody's just beat and tired, and they were just, I felt bad for him. Everybody was just like, I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And it's like, he participated in the toxicity, but I did feel bad, because when Huda talks to the girls, at least they listen, like, you know, and they try to offer her advice. But these guys, they were just like, we're done, it's done. Yeah, but yeah, I did feel bad for him, but yeah, everybody goes to bed. It is the next day, you know, they're just hanging around. Amaya and Austin talk, but it's so painful to watch because Amaya was doing all the talking and Austin was just not into it. Like, the look in his face, like, he just looks annoyed. He looks like he just wants her to stop talking to him, and I feel bad for her because I don't know why she's not seeing it, but the look in his face, that's why I'm like, I don't know why that guy's there. Like, he's not attracted to any of the women in that house. And I don't know if she truly believes, that he's into her, because his body language and facial expression was just, I don't know. And then she asked him for a kiss. Even that, his response, I mean, he kissed her, like, you know, it was a peck or whatever, but he just did it. But I don't know, it was just hard to watch. It's just, I don't know, it's hard to understand Austin. Like, he didn't put effort with Shelly because of the love triangle, but then you got someone that's just for you, and you still not putting effort into her or giving her a chance, like, you know. But yeah, they're all just hanging around the villa, and they get a text basically to get ready for Megan Thee Stallion. What? They get Megan Thee Stallion up close and personal, my woman crush. But yeah, bombshell. I guess that was in the puzzle. His name is TJ. He's a handsome young man. And then the guys, they finished building theirs, but still, no, they didn't end up getting it right. So it was only the girls was revealed. But they were told like, hey, the it would be two bombshells coming in, a boy and a girl. And then they bring out the bombshell. The girls were excited about TJ, like, he's cute. The guys were excited about their bombshell, like Andreina. I believe that's how she says her name. She's Dominican. Andreina. I think that's how you say it. And I'll put a picture of her. Like, that is a bombshell. If anybody would to ever bombshell, that's how you do it. The girl's body's a 10. Her face is a 10. Like, but yeah, the episode ends with like, the new bombshells coming in and like with the Islanders' reaction. And it just ends right there. But yeah, if you're watching Love Island, if you did watch it or if you're watching it, let me know what you like about it. Like, who's your favorite couple and what you don't like about it. But it's an entertaining show, and I guess that's my toxic show that, like, is a guilty pleasure of mine. Yeah, but I don't know. I usually get bored with like reality shows fast, and I'll stop. If it becomes too toxic, I might stop watching it, because I stopped watching Love is Blind after the season with that guy that had 3 kids, but he made it seem like it was through donating his sperm. Come to find out, he had coitus with the girl and impregnated her. So, I don't know, I don't understand it. But yeah, the show just ends right